Welcome back to Nadya's Notes. And Nadya just found something so gorgeous. There are these vases, huge vases, with flowering trees in them on 5th Avenue. No, this is not Central Park West, pardon me. And I'm walking around. It's late in the evening in New York. The weather is spectacular. Did I say it's Nadya's Notes? I don't know. But if you've been following me without subscribing, please do so. If you've been following me and watching me without liking, please do so as well. And I'm very happy to see you here. It's a gorgeous evening in New York. As you can see, it's slightly breezy. It's very quiet. I'm just walking downtown and having a conversation with you. I don't even know what I want to say except that I'm having a great evening. Partially because you're here and you can join me on my walk. It makes it so much more interesting. Partially because the weather is incredible. And I kind of think, I was thinking that I already got where I wanted to go. I'm going cross town. I'm right now on the west side and I'm going to the east side. This is like a really blessed time in New York when the weather is warm but not hot, when you're in a city, so you're surrounded by people technically, but you can't see them. It's a very special feeling having the city almost all to myself. The only other time that has happened is, it happens in the evening, but the only other time that it happened during the day was, can you guess when? Can you guess when? That's right, during COVID. COVID in New York City was the most mind-bending time ever. So usually there are tons of people everywhere, in the subway, on the street, in stores and cafes, and just like Manhattan especially was always teeming with people. It's just like endless droves, and it's a strange sensation because you can be sitting among people on the train or standing on a platform, bawling your eyes out. Like, I've had this experience, and not one person would ask, "Are you okay? Can I do something for you? What happened?" Sometimes I ask. There was one time that a gentleman from Egypt asked me, and I said, "Yes, I'm okay." And I continued to cry really, really hard. And he's like, "Are you sure you're okay?" And he wanted to give me his water. So then I ended up talking to him. We were taking the train the same way. And I felt ever so grateful. I felt seen, I felt heard, I felt that kind of the fact that he wouldn't let it go, seeing that I was so upset, made me feel loved in a human way. So, but to get back to COVID, this was post-COVID, but during COVID, the trains were empty, and that was super eerie because there's like a safety in numbers in New York. Like, although I don't know, when it got really dangerous, it was very unclear if there was safety in numbers or danger in numbers. But prior to that, especially when you're traveling at night or something like that, we tend to try and congregate in specific train cars, the middle one or the front one, to experience that safety in numbers, because it seems that if there are more people, it means there are more witnesses, also means maybe someone will stand up and protect you if something happens. But anyway, during COVID that wasn't happening. Every train car was empty. And it felt very strange taking it anywhere because, the idea would always occur, there will be no one to see me get hurt or die. Yeah, I literally think about these things living in the city. I know maybe it sounds like extreme or wild, but I'm also sure I'm not the only girl to think that way who lives here. So, yeah. And then on top of that, Times Square is where everyone congregates for some reason. I guess it's because of the big bright screens. I don't know. I literally don't know. Or because it's close to Broadway. I have no idea. But anyway, That was empty. And that was such a weird experience because Times Square before COVID used to be like, it was just a mass of people. Like if you could just imagine like a never-ending fish migration, that's what it looked like. And all of a sudden, that's not what it looked like at all. It was like, where are the people? Where are the people? It seemed like some apocalypse happened, which it did, right? But like, it was so strange. And then, now I have to figure out where the crosstown bus goes, and I have no idea. I do, but I'm just not sure if it's on. I think it must be on 67th, right? We'll see. If not, we'll circle back. Anyway, so what is the Second Church of Christ Scientist? Are these the Christian Science Monitor? I wonder what kind of a church they bought. Protestant? What was this building? Okay, anyway, let's not think about that. Anyway, so if it's not at 67th, this is weird. Oh, I don't know. I'm looking for the crosstown bus. But anyway, so then I would walk Broadway or any of these other like highly populated areas and streets, and they were empty. I remember I liked to frequent Columbia University at the time, and I just like, this is going the wrong way. And I could not figure out where all the people were. It's like my mind couldn't figure it out because the whole time that I've lived in New York City, there were always people, droves of people on these streets. And so when that stopped happening, then cognitive dissonance set in. It was major cognitive dissonance. It was just like, what's happening here? But I guess we all had that experience just in different ways, because even in states that, you know, did not do masking or segregating or kind of keeping their citizens at home, there was still a strange sense of disbelief and like, what's happening? So, yeah, and I guess this would be comparable to what it was like walking in New York during COVID, except at night it's always like this. This was always New York at night. So that's not a big change from the usual. This is not the right street. Oh, I see where I need to go. It's so weird. So it's the 68 crosstown bus, but I think it goes on 65th. How is that possible? Well, it goes to the west side on 66th. Maybe it's the 66th bus? I don't know. Anyway, thank you for being here with me. And I don't know if I asked or not, what was your COVID experience like? Did you have cognitive dissonance? And cognitive dissonance is when your mind, when you're used to something and it changes, and your mind keeps screaming at you, that's not right, that's not right, that's not what we're used to. But what's occurring is different from what you would habitually expect. Or the same could be said for, well, let's not go there. I was going to go into relationships, and then I was like, that can take us very, very far into a completely different topic of conversation. And yeah, oh, very cool. Okay, I now know that my crosstown bus is on 65th because that's where the roads are one way through Central Park. And so this road towards the east side is on 65th. You live, you learn. I don't know how this information is useful besides kind of precisely to know where the 66 stops. What is it called? Oh, it's the M66. For some reason I thought it was the M68. I know why, because I used to get out at 68th Street when I was playing in an orchestra, and the bus would stop there. But it's because, oh, maybe because it was, I don't know, because it was going to the west side. Why was I going to the west side? That is weird. I should have been going down. I don't know. I can't remember. Now I'm like worried. I was like, was I taking the train all wrong back then? I don't know. Maybe I didn't know that you could transfer from the green line. No, I don't know. I literally have no idea. That's funny. Anyway, thank you for being here with me. And thank you for following me. And thank you for joining me on my journey. And I hope you have a great night. See you tomorrow. Mwah.